He was just standing there in the middle of the trail waiting for me. I don't feel safe and I want to go home. Well, hello. You are hiking with Jenny on the Appalachian Trail. Today's day 122. I'm getting a late start. I had a rough night last night. So an incident happened to me yesterday when I was at the Trail Magic. And a man came by and he recognized me from my channel. And he started talking to me, asking me personal questions. Where am I camping tonight? Where am I camping tomorrow? And we were all camping at the same place last night. So, of course, somebody said that, and me thinking, well, I'll be safe because I'm with a big group of people. You know, he's not going to try anything. And then tomorrow, I was extremely vague about what I was doing. After he leaves, the trail angels warn me about his stalker behavior toward women, and what he would do is he would wait somewhere on the trail for them to pass through. And he'd be like, oh, I waited for you, blah, blah, blah. And it was making a lot of people uncomfortable. So some people have either skipped ahead or thought about skipping ahead to a different part of the trail just to get away from him. The trail angels reported him to the ATC and Ramdino's channel, but apparently not to the police, and nobody ever bothered to talk to him and say, this is wrong, don't do that. Anyways, what happened next? I was hiking with that group of people that were at the Trail Magic, and lo and behold, he's waiting for me at some pond, just standing there in the middle of the trail, waiting for me. Talked only to me, even though I was with a bunch of people. So I didn't get much sleep last night. I was up really late, just wigging out over everything, and I was just too keyed up. I couldn't go to sleep. So I finally fell asleep probably like 3 a.m. So everyone left me behind. I really don't feel safe today. I feel a little bit better since my last update. So what I ended up doing, I found an alternate route where I can stay off the beaten path, and I know like there's no way he's gonna be out here, and I'm just basically gunning for the AT stand. I'm gonna get there, get on the Wi-Fi there, upload a couple videos and have a snack break and try and figure out, you know, if I can get a ride to Pittsfield where I can see Lone Star. So I think that'll make me feel better. Got some those pops and juice boxes, Gatorade soda, Skittles, eggs, grape juice, fruit punch. Alright, that's different. What did you say?
I think so too. You guys want to take a look?
Oh, hold on. I'm coming. This is, whoa.
Super cool.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's all space out a little.
I feel like it's gonna fall apart, like, at any moment.
Yeah. Didn't they like the AC like 9 years ago?
Well, hello, you are hiking with Jenny on the Appalachian Trail. Today is day 123, and I just got dropped back off at the Goose Pond trailhead by my friend Lone Star after a really nice, close to 24 hours side excursion to Pittsfield and Lee. This last 48 hours has just been a whirlwind. I really didn't film much because for like a few reasons. There was just so much going on, and then I was hanging out with my friend and I was just enjoying my time. So alright, I'm gonna start with a recap. So when I was at the Trail Magic with the Dandelion and Band-Aid, and a bunch of hikers showed up, a couple that I had met the day before, and then 3 new people that I had just met. And we were all hanging out at the Trail Magic. And while we were there, a man pulled up, and I guess he was checking on the water cache, but then he came over and talked to us, and he recognized me from YouTube. And everything seemed okay at first, but he was mostly like would only talk to me, so he kind of like honed in on me and was asking a bunch of questions about where I was camping that night and where I was camping the next night and things. And usually when people ask me those questions, I am naturally very vague. The thing is, we can't really hide where we're camping that night because it's 6:30 and we're all kind of in the same group. So we get to this pond area that's like a mile or 2 away from where the Trail Magic was, and this man is waiting in the middle of the trail for me specifically, and he gives me some treats. We catch back up with our friends, and they tell us eventually, you know, that he had been asking specifically for me, like, where's Jenny? Is she coming? I feel uncomfortable about that. I know it might not be meant maliciously or anything like that, but I just feel personally uncomfortable if somebody is specifically waiting for me on trail that I just met. You're on this trail, and there's like, typically there's just one way for you to go. So anyone who's halfway familiar with the trail knows exactly where you're going to be at any given point once they know your initial location, and especially if they know where you're camping that night. So we get to camp, and I start really, the gears in my head start turning, and I start getting a little scared because this guy now knows where I'm camped. So he knows where I'm going to be hiking through at least tomorrow. I didn't give him any specific information about where I was stopping, but he knew all of the trailheads, like he named them all to me. And so he knew which ones I might potentially be stopping at. So I was scared. I woke up the morning of day 122, which was yesterday, and everyone was gone. And I realized the only reason I wasn't more frightened the day before was because I was with a group, and now that I was alone, I was scared. So what I did was I took an alternate route, which you saw, and I met back up at the AT stand with all of the people that had left before me. At that point, I told them, yes, I am scared, and they were very sympathetic, and the girl, Garden, suggested that she call the police, just so that they're aware of what's happening. So she called and gave them the full report, and I was immediately surprised at their response. They came right away. The police officer patrolled the trailheads that were coming up to make sure this guy wasn't hanging around waiting for us. I don't feel good about this at all, but I think it's important for other women who are on the trail or thinking of hiking the trail to know some of the things that can happen. There are sketchy characters out there, and so you have to be alert and not give too much information out. So my recap from day 122 was after I got to the AT stand. We hung out, we called the police, talked to the police, and then I decided that I wanted to keep hiking just a little bit more to get some more miles done. And I was also at that point, I was feeling kind of nervous and anxious, and I thought if I hiked, that would help me to calm down and feel better. So Mystic and Garden both offered to hike with me to where I was gonna get picked up, and that was really nice of them, and I'm so grateful because I feel like it definitely eased my mind to have company after that experience. So we hiked together. I got to the trailhead, and then that's when the cops showed up again to patrol, offered us water. I got a lift to Pittsfield at the hotel that me and Lone Star were staying at. The hotel was gorgeous, probably one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed at. I wish I'd gotten more footage there, but it was all like exposed brick and high ceilings. It'd probably been a factory at one point. We went out to dinner. It was like a tavern sort of place, but it was really nice. And then we headed over to the brewery. I think it was Hot Plate Brewery was the name of it. And we got beer there, and we played games. So I won Ticket to Ride, and he won Battleship. And then got lots of sleep overnight. Woke up, it was probably like 8 a.m. when I got up. We went to breakfast, just like at this local diner, which was like really retro looking inside. We had Greek eggs, which I'd never had before, and it was amazing. And I went to the laundromat, did my laundry, and then we left, got lunch. It was like kind of a bougie millennial type brunch place. They had lobster avocado toast, mushroom truffle grilled cheese. Then we went to the Big Y, and I got my resupply. He drove me back to the trailhead, and so now you're up to speed. It is currently 2:30, and I am hiking to the Upper Goose Pond cabin, where I am going to meet up with those friends that hiked with me yesterday, and I'm just going to hang out there for a little bit and probably eat some food, drink some cider, exchange stories, and then I may or may not continue hiking from there, because it would only be a 3-mile day if I camped there tonight. So I might want to do more miles today, but also if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to push it. So it's really going to depend how I feel when I'm there. Lone Star, the reason why he had rented a car, he's going to a wedding in New Hampshire actually for a few days. So he got off trail for that. He'll get back, he'll do like probably a Nero, and he'll eventually catch up to me, I think. At the speed I'm going, he'll probably catch up sooner than later. And then I can hike with Lone Star again, which is like, I didn't think this was gonna be possible, but things happen, you never know. And we're both kind of thinking like, we might actually finish the trail together. How awesome would that be? So I'm wicked excited. It was so nice to see him. It was so nice catching up. I just had so much fun, and I feel so much better. I'm so excited to be in Western Mass. I'm so excited to be reaching Mount Greylock in a couple days probably, and to enter Vermont. And it's going to be cooler. It's going to be cooler for the next few days. So I am so excited about that. I hate the heat. I hate sleeping in the heat. I hate hiking in it. I want it to be cool, and it'll be cool. The trail right now is going along this pond, and it reminds me so much of southern Vermont because you'll have parts of the long trail that go right along a pond at a couple different points, really, and it's just so nice. Can't wait to get there. This is a 0.5 side trail to get to this cabin, but I think it'll be worth it. It's kind of an iconic stop on the AT, and I know I have friends down there, so it'd be cool to catch up and maybe go for a swim. Hey! Wow. This is so nice. The water's really clear too. There's fishies in it. Aww. Wow. I almost think it looks better, even better on the camera too.
I did a sink like laundry day in Great Barrington, and just the brown water coming off of my clothes was disgusting.
I was in the shower. I climbed in, just turned the shower on, soaked my shirt up, took it off, and then was wringing it and watching the
brown drip down.
Exactly. There we go. Are you Jenny?
I am.
They knew I liked working there, and they were trying to like get me to do a job.
I have decided to camp here. It's just so nice here. I can't not. And when I saw the pond and I went in the water and it was so beautiful, I can't leave. So I'm gonna camp here. So what I'm doing is I'm walking back to the tenting area behind the cabin, and somebody else has already set up their hammock back here. But this area has its own bear box, its own picnic table. So this would be a really nice place to camp. And got another hammocking person back here, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna set up here and then just have a nice chill night, because I feel like I don't really have a lot of nights where I can just have a lot of daylight and chill out like this. So I think I'm gonna take advantage and just enjoy it.